So we're here at the storage facility, and this unit really hasn't been touched in about 10 years, so we weren't sure what to expect. We were sent the key from the family member who needs our assistance, and trying it for the first time, it doesn't even fit. So we have to figure this out and maybe stop by the office and figure out why our key isn't working. So the adventure begins, and we can't even access the unit. So let's see what we end up doing. So right now we're shopping at the Tempe Marketplace, and you can see it behind me, and it's just a large area with a bunch of retail shops and stores and different dining options as well. So it's a cool area to check out on a nice day. Right now we are walking around the Desert Botanical Garden, which is near Scottsdale. So we chose the 6:30 time. You have to make advanced reservations and tickets are around $25, but we're just following, they give you a guide map, and so it's pretty nice at nighttime. Even though the sun is set, it's nice that they have a lot of these different lights and lighted areas. So we're just walking around and gonna enjoy this for a little bit. So we were able to figure out how to get into the unit, but we were able to access the unit. We did have to go out and get another lock. Aside from just working all day, spend some time enjoying Arizona, we went to a few shopping centers like Tempe Town. We went to the corner of Mill Street and Fifth Street, which is supposed to have a lot of really cute shops. We also went to Kierland Commons in Scottsdale, and we also got to visit the Desert Botanical Gardens. The gardens are much nicer at this time of day, so we made a reservation for 4:30. Yesterday's reservation was for 5:30, so we still get an hour of light, but we get to enjoy the sunset as well, and it's cool enough to where it's not unbearable to be outside. So we really are enjoying the 4:30 time slot. They don't really tell you to get out at any particular time, but they just ask that you don't arrive until your reservation time. But you can see it's just absolutely gorgeous here, and so we're gonna walk around and enjoy the garden. So to give you an update on our day today in Sedona, we visited the Pake Arts and Crafts Village, which is a really cool part of town that has a ton of local artists and shops that you can walk around, and it's modeled after kind of a Mexican village or Mexican town, very authentic and cute. We ate lunch at the Hudson, which is near town, and it's also a part of a little shopping village, but it has an amazing view of the Sedona Red Rocks. We drove in from Phoenix on the Red Rocks Scenic Byway, which is a pretty scenic highway that you can take into Sedona as an alternate route. I believe there's a faster route from Phoenix, but we definitely wanted to take advantage of the beautiful scenery in this part of the country, so we took the Scenic Byway. We are staying tonight at the Andante Inn. Now, because we are moving kind of at our own pace, doing this move, we're not sure exactly what nights we'll be spending where, so we didn't have a room booked. We just kind of booked one last minute, and thank goodness, because tonight is Friday and there are a lot of rooms that are sold out, so it was hard to find kind of a decently priced room. This seems to be an expensive area. Sedona just had higher prices when it came to finding lodging, and also we found when we were at the Arts and Crafts Village, a lot of those prices were higher, so it's something that we've noticed. But this Andante Inn is pretty nice. Every room has a balcony, so we've got a great view kind of overlooking the nice Red Rock, again, the nice mountains here, so it's really enjoyable. But tomorrow we're going to be heading over to Albuquerque, which is about 5.5 hours away. So we've got a big drive ahead of us, but we are going to be checking out the Holy Cross Church, which looks like it's built into the rock. So we're excited about that, and we'll definitely share our time with you and show you around that church when we visit it before we head over to Albuquerque. So right now we're outside the Chapel of the Holy Cross. You can see it up there, kind of built right into the rocks. So we're gonna head around, walk up there so that we can go see if it's open and get inside. Right now we are at a gas station just filling up the tank, so we're looking forward to seeing how much it is to fill a big truck like this. But we're on our way to Albuquerque and it's about 5 hours. So when we get there, we're not sure if it'll be dark or not, depending on how many stops we make. But we want to check out the old town. So whether we do it tonight or tomorrow, we want to check that out before we leave town. But we're going to Albuquerque tonight and planning to spend the night. So we'll let you know where we end up staying. So our drive to Albuquerque took a little bit longer than we expected. Of course, the truck doesn't go as fast as a normal car, so we couldn't exactly follow all the speed limits. So we ended up just checking into our hotel and going to bed. Before we head off to our next destination, we wanted to enjoy something in New Mexico, so we came to the historic Old Town, and it is unfortunately Sunday, so the shops are closed. Most of them are anyway. A few of them are opening up here in about 10 minutes, but we're just gonna see this and we're gonna drive through the north part of Texas over to Oklahoma City, where we'll spend tonight. Last night we just ended up in a Best Western, so nothing too special, but the drive is going well and we haven't had any other issues so far. Behind me you can see the big Texan steak ranch where they have a famous 72-ounce steak that you can order. This is our one stop in Texas. We just had lunch and we decided to stop over here to visit their gift shop. So it's a restaurant, a gift shop, and they have a, kind of an arcade and a shooting gallery. It's just this huge place, so of course everything is bigger in Texas. We're about 3.5 hours from Oklahoma City, so we're going to continue driving and we'll make it there. We're staying at the Embassy Suites tonight, so we'll check in when we get there. But it's freezing in Texas right now. It's way different than when we were in Las Vegas and in Phoenix, so we're gonna go warm up in the car and check in later. So right now we are actually in Kansas City, Missouri. We pretty much just passed through Oklahoma City. We stopped there for the night, but we had the longest day of driving yet, which was over 8 hours. And so we were exhausted. All we did was just get into our room, which was at an Embassy Suite, so it was a very nice hotel, and we ran across the street because they had a Chili's, but it was closing in 30 minutes. So we just quickly ran over there, grabbed a snack, and basically crashed because we were so exhausted from being on the road all day. And then we drove from Oklahoma City to Kansas City, and the weather took a turn for the worse. So of course we were used to the warmer weather of Arizona and Nevada, but it quickly became snowy and icy, and we had to go at a much slower speed. So the 4-hour drive that it should have been turned into almost a 6-hour drive. So we were on the road again a long time yesterday, but when we finally got to Kansas City, we found a really nice kind of upscale Austrian restaurant, and our heritage for my family is German, so we really enjoyed some excellent food at the place. The restaurant was called Grunauer, and they had amazing food. Everything we ate there was delicious. The service was amazing. So if you're ever visiting Kansas City, I highly recommend you go. It's pretty much downtown, and it's called Grunauer, and we really enjoyed that. So today we are heading over to St. Louis. So we're pretty much just crossing the state of Missouri. It should take about 4 hours, but we're hoping to drive by a few things here in Kansas City before we leave. So we'll let you know where we end up. As you can see, we're having some snow and rain. So again, that kind of prevented us from doing some things that we had planned in Kansas City because our bodies just are not used to this weather. So we're moving on to St. Louis, and we're hoping to get to see the Arch. Obviously that's probably the most famous thing in St. Louis, so we'd love to see the Arch. We also have dinner plans again, so we'll keep you updated. You can see they have sort of like Hollywood, all kinds of stars on the sidewalk with different artists and celebrities and a little description about them, so it's kind of like their own walk of fame. Right now we're walking around the Del Mar Loop in St. Louis, which is full of restaurants, shops, and gift stores. It's Wednesday morning about 10 a.m. and so far not a whole lot looks open. But at least the weather outside, it's cloudy, but it is not raining. So this is the first break in rain we've had for a couple days, so we're enjoying walking outside. And we have reservations for the Arch at 11:30, so we're just checking this area out before we head over there. One really neat thing that I forgot to mention that we did in St. Louis was actually go down to Union Station. So they have a hotel there, and in the lobby of the hotel, they do a light show that is very similar to, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, they have the downtown Fremont Street area. We actually just posted a Las Vegas vlog, so if you didn't catch that, go check it out. We will put the link somewhere here in the video, but they had a very similar show that had a theme. So one of the shows we caught was the Beatles theme, and the other one was for the band Queen, and they projected it on the roof of the lobby, which was kind of an old train station. But the Union Station area is a really neat area with a lot to do, different rides. They have a gorgeous hotel. They have kind of a fire and water show, but it wasn't running when we were visiting. So we did go explore Union Station our night before we did the tour of Del Mar Loop and the Arch. So it was really cool. So if you plan on visiting St. Louis, it's definitely a must-see. While we were at the Del Mar Loop for a little while, we decided to eat lunch at the Blueberry Hill, which was kind of a historic and famous restaurant there near the Del Mar Loop. And the interesting thing about St. Louis is that Chuck Berry and Nelly and other famous names got their start there. So they had a lot of memorabilia and a lot of really cool stuff there in that area. And as I mentioned, we did have a reservation at 11:30 for the St. Louis Arch. Now they were doing kind of timed ticket tours. So we showed up around 11:30, right when our tour was, and we're able to do the tour to visit the top of the arch, which was really incredible and offers a great view of not only St. Louis and the whole city, but also they give you the other view, which was of the Mississippi River. So that was really neat to see. Something to note about the tour in St. Louis, it was my first time being in St. Louis and doing the arch tour, but they do give you specific numbers for where to sit in the tram that takes you up into the arch, and that same number is what viewing windows you have to look out from. So they give you 2 windows each to look out towards the city and 2 windows each to look out towards the Mississippi. And you're only up there for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. So that part, you know, to keep the other timed tickets running smoothly, they do give you a limited amount of time. But the tram ride itself going up takes 4 minutes, coming down takes 3 minutes. And it's a kind of tiny windowless bubble. Now there is a door that does have kind of a window that faces out into the elevator, so you can kind of see some of the mechanics working. But it is a tight little space, so keep that in mind if you do plan on doing the tour. After St. Louis, we ended up heading towards Indianapolis, where we just stayed overnight. Again, the weather got worse again after St. Louis, so we just spent the night and quickly moved on, and we ended up back where our final destination was in Ohio on Thursday. So we had 2 days to unload the truck, and then on Halloween was when we finally took the truck back. So it was a pretty crazy adventure, but really awesome and really fun to get to see some of those states that I haven't been to before, and to also just experience traveling across the country like that. But doing it in a truck isn't the most ideal, so it was a lot of work. But we had some fun along the way, we ate some great food, and I definitely don't regret it. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe and join our journey. You can follow us on Instagram as well. We have a page there, it's at Our Unsettled Journey. Click the thumbs up video and leave us a comment down below if you've been to or enjoy any of these cities, or maybe even if you live there. Give us a shout out, and we will see you in next week's video. Thanks for watching.